Hi Capricorn, how are you guys? My name is Ascending Synergy Tarot. I'll be doing a July reading message here for you, Spirit Guide message. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel. I love you guys. I love the support. I give honor and grace to you guys. Just give us a beautiful message here for July. What your spirit guides for the collective of Capricorn, what your spirit guides have for you as an overall message. This is just a general reading. If you desire a personal reading from me, you can click the link below, ascendingsynergy.com, and there's more information on that website in regards to what I have as services. And let's get right into it, okay? So thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Being present in our lives, being present, being in and out. Thank you so much for just pure gifts of breath. Please guide me through Capricorn's reading. Show me the messages that you have for Capricorn's reading. Okay. That's a bonus one here. So we have healing and we have wisdom. Wow. So these are two very, very, very dynamic type of energies here. I love the energies at the back, the colors in relation to the color. This red, that's root energy. I'm getting real life. I'm getting root and sacral, to be honest with you. I'm getting that this concept behind what makes you really feel safe. Maybe things in July is coming up in terms of any abandonment issues or anything in regards to really, really being more mindful of what keeps us grounded and safe and secure and what feels like a sure thing, and the deeper version of that and what that kind of comes out of. For me, Capricorn, there's a lot of healing that has already taken place in your life, and the wisdom that comes from it is definitely here in July. If it's not, then it's going to be reminding you to ascertain the wisdom that you learned from your healing phase. I'm gonna read this. For some of you guys, this more so feels like an energy where you're going into understanding why things were the way they were. And I like that. There's, on the bottom of the deck, there's contact. So for some of you guys, there's some kind of healing that takes place through some sort of contact in July as well. And you gain a lot of understanding. This type of healing is mature healing. This isn't like the type of energy where you start your journey of healing and not knowing of self. And this feels like the part of the healing phase where you have learned a whole lot of lessons. You have matured when this healing process has taken place, and now you're at that stage where how to apply the wisdom in now our everyday life. So let's read this here. Healing number 50, change. With great change comes challenges. So I'm getting like this recalls you to change a certain aspect of yourself that's very challenging, or this is a part of you where you're the healer, and this is the time where someone needs to transform, and it's very difficult because they have to leave a part of themselves behind. But anywho, the energy of healing helps you to heal yourself first, after which you can heal all around you, like the ripples from a stone cast in the water. Yep, so it just feels like this feels like, to be honest with you, Capricorn, this feels like once you understand the concept of what healing is, meaning that this type of healing right here feels like you were chosen, okay? This feels like a chosen energy. Someone has been chosen to go through the most throughout their life so that they could be used as a vessel for others, for the whole, for the humanity, for those that they encounter. And I definitely feel like this is now, once was a burden, whatever was a burden, now you, it's like a beautiful realization of, oh, I'm the humanitarian, I'm the one that need, I'm the only one for this job type of thing. And I'm not gonna like make it, I am, because this feels like that Jesus complex where, and I don't believe in Jesus for, I'm sorry, I don't believe in religious anything. However, I'm just going to use for the purpose of this example the Jesus concept where he was the chosen one, okay? And this feels like I'm getting the number 33 in my head. Some of you guys are in that mastery energy and you're like now learning how to be the teacher for those around you. Those this feels like a very, very, very accelerated type of message in terms of your spirit guides. It's just right along with you, reminding you of the journey, because it feels like very recognizable. You are very, very aware of this energy here. The energy of wisdom centers you in your body, thus granting access to your own inner wisdom. Accept the challenge of asking questions of your own inner source. Woo. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is that soul energy. This feels like a dynamic Capricorn where it's time for the month of July, listening to your soul. You don't want to repeat anything that you have to heal again from. I just feel like at the end of the day, this feels like a very connecting you to your source. Connect, like July is gonna feel like a I'm gonna not submerge, but emergence into who you truly are. And I won't even say emerge because that's essentially something that haven't happened yet. This message is giving me that that has already happened, and now there's this awareness of sometimes we might not trust what we know to be true, and that's where you might have to, for the month of July, remind yourself that's always going to be the best course of action. So let me pull some supplemental theme energy here for Capricorn spirit. Okay. We have communication and we have cosmic flower. 5 and 9, and I think this was 5 and this was 36, breaking down to 9. So 5 and 9 is very, very predominant so far in your reading. 5 and 9 breaks down to what, 16, 6, 1, 6, and 7. Yeah, listen to your inner guide. Okay, you are the intuitive. You are the one people come to. This definitely feels like an energy where the core of your being, where your magnificence is coming out into the world. I'm getting like, don't be afraid to shine your brilliance, Capricorn. Don't be afraid to, like, you are tapped in. With this energy, you are, I did all of these readings so far. I'm still got to do like 5 more. But this, so far, this reading has been more of an accelerated type of spirit guide, meaning that you are very, very, very aware of your dynamic, your power, your radiation, your light, your dark, your overall state of being of who you are, and accepting all of the totality behind it. So I feel like this is you coming into that, changing into the teacher, into the ones who help all of those around them. And it's like you're the person, you're it. Like I'm just, for a lack of better phrase. But anywho, the frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of a place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. And then we have communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, our center of our truth, and to stay in the flow of source and balance exchange. So, with that, I feel like even with communication, I'm getting like it's like whoever you're communicating with, the contacts that you're having, it's going to be balancing you. It's going to be showing you different ways of contact and different ways of communication, even accessing more of your dynamic nature. I'm getting some of you guys. This is a little bit hard because it's changing a little bit about yourself and a little bit how you communicate, how you do things, how you see things. And with that, I feel like this is one of those things where it's going to shape and mold you uncomfortably. I feel like there's an uncomfortable thing that goes on in July, and I'll get more into the tarot. But so far, I feel like this is something that's uncomfortable, but it's something very, very healthy. Something that's going to even push you towards even more of yourself. I'm getting disciplined energy off this, for real. The more disciplined you are, the more disciplined the world is because of the... This feels so deep, so I'm going to have to say it. Capricorn, this feels so powerful that what you are shakes the core of everything around you. And I'm literally talking about the whole earth. I feel like you know that. I know that sounds so crazy, like I'm crazy to feel like that, but this is the truth. You have that type of energy field where you really are the core shaker. And that's just what it is. So let's see where this plays out in your life here. So we have Saturn. Oh my God, did I say Saturn or was I thinking Saturn? I got to rewind this and see. I don't know. I must have been thinking it, and then we have Scorpio. So this is very intense. This is what I'm saying. Core shaker. This could not be any more perfect of a description of what I'm specifying on. What you work hard on, what your lessons are, what your challenges are, what your life lessons, your soul lessons, the things that elevate you, mature you, ground you, karmic situations that were extremely intense, that master your energy, that has put you in a masterful energy. Okay, this is it's gonna be a deep reading because you again gain wisdom from these challenges. Okay, challenge accepted. Okay, because there's so much wisdom that has been ascertained from these experiences. However, it was extremely intense. This was very, very intense. It's going to involve a Scorpio, but this more so just feels like the energy intensifying in that nature of your being, your timeline of your life. This feels super, super, super powerful, okay? And with Pluto governing Scorpio and Saturn governing Capricorn, again, these are intense energies that shake shit up. You know what I'm saying? So your wisdom shakes shit up. And it helps people with their healing unbeknownst to you. You have probably no clue how when you speak, when you are knowing your magnificence that's coming from within, that you pour out into the world through your communication style, you're like not forcing people to change into their overall dynamic of their being, but it's something that you're doing subconsciously, something that's coming like second nature to you. And this is where the challenges come from, because I feel like communications could be very hard and strenuous and arduous with people around you when you communicate with people. It's not you, Capricorn. It's just how powerful you are. It's a lot for someone to take, because it's like a catalyst for them to change in ways that are extremely healthy for them to heal themselves and gain the wisdom that they might not have learned from their lessons. And you're kind of like just you could just be regularly, talking regular, just, you know what I'm saying, just who you are naturally. And this is that, like, intense catalyst for change for people to get their wisdom from the things that they may or may not have learned yet. And you speaking to them kind of shows them the things that they need to intensely master and why that is. Wow, Capricorn, jeez. Let's get into some tarot and break this down, honey, because this is powerful. Powerful. Sorry. Okay. Wow. Capricorn, this is very this is a lot, so bear with me. And we have a lot of higher arcana here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 higher arcana. Something doesn't feel aligned to your energy, okay? Something just does not feel aligned. It's like someone's doing a really this feels like another karmic experience. There's something here, and then on the bottom of the deck, another higher arcana, the full card as their overall energy. Yeah, it's like something that needs to be cut out, because you don't want to repeat. This takes courage to cut out, to just start new again. I feel like something that you kind of started. This is for some of you guys. I see a couple of things, so bear with me. But for some of you guys, I just feel like use your intuition. Your intuition is telling you everything that you need to know. There's no way that you having these intense, profound revelations, and you're very, very, very intuitive and aware, and you foresee something repeating itself. Okay. Something here feels like you know that something in the future will repeat itself. And you feel at the core of your being, you don't want this to be another unsuccessful type of dynamic. Okay? any unsuccessful projects, any unsuccessful connections, any unsuccessful connections. I feel like this is teaching you again about boundaries of self, how to always preserve yourself, how to always put yourself first, how to reserve your strength when needed. Again, more so making sure your boundaries are established. Um, I'm getting something here that wants to come return into your life with the Six of Cups here in the reverse, Six of Swords in the reverse. This feels like someone looks to return. However, it's like something's just not really aligned anymore. Okay, with the Two of Cups in reverse. It's like over time you see that this just doesn't work out. We're not spiritually on the same path. Um, we don't really, it's like someone is projecting their fantasy of what their particular love interests or love language looks like onto you, and when you don't fulfill that fantasy, it's more so a huge disappointment for them. It's vice versa too. If that's the case as well, looking at someone with projecting eyes and being completely frustrated and disappointed that it wasn't the love that we once thought it would be, and now it's turning into it's like doing injustice to ourselves because we knew deep down in our soul it wasn't it, but we tried anyway, and that's where the unsuccessful, the delays come from. I feel like some of you guys subconsciously are delaying your soul's path too. And there's no time but now right now. There's no time, there's no best time right now than now. With the Death card here in reverse, as your spirit advice is saying that it's time to start something brand spanking new. You don't want to keep repeating the same cycle. Some of you guys could be really stuck in the past here with things that were extremely traumatic situations that you still aren't over. And this is the forefront of your reading. It's still, man, okay, for some of you guys, new can't really align with you because of the things that you hold on to from the past. And this is a subconscious holding on to it. It's like once we ascertain the wisdom of the lesson that was learned, you have to go deep within. You have to go deep within. And this feels like one of those situations where there's some uncomfortable truths that could be coming to light. And we might be a little too strong with not receiving what's wrong. Someone could be showing us some things about ourselves to kind of look deep within for the healing, and because that's where the magnificence is coming from, and we might be rejecting it because again we're holding on to that pain of what didn't occur with you and another individual. It could be a Libra, Leo, Scorpio, Pisces. This could be 4 different type of people. But for the most part, I feel like you've been disappointed many times over. Whereas to the degree of frustration, like I can't really get my projects off the ground, or I can't get things to go in my favor, and you know what I'm saying? Like these kind of situations, and it's something here that we might have to release, or there's something here that it's like a spiritual release. Even if they're still in your life, you know that this intense moment is the catalyst for things to change. For some of you guys, this is just not an equally balanced type of connection. If this is a relationship, it's like expectations were shattered or something of that sort here. And it might just be the way you might look at this situation, perceiving it in this situation. To be honest with you, Capricorn, I don't know if this person may or may not be right for you. And also for another side of you guys, another part of you guys, I'm getting like, really, really be mindful of any paperwork, any prognosis, diagnosis, get a second opinion, get people that's looking at contracts, get a second look into things, because it feels like someone could be possibly trying to scam you. I'm just saying someone's looking to scam you. And I just want to be mindful of the wisdom of knowing that you've been scammed before, or you've been in this kind of dynamic before, and it's time to really build your barriers and your guards here. It's like really putting a great gate around what you've worked so hard for, okay? Because people aren't really aligned with you. If this is many people, if there's one person, someone's not really aligned with your success. They look to tear it apart, and it's time for you to really build a fortress, like something that's a grounding force here to stabilize what you worked on. Okay, that's only for some of y'all. So let me pull these all out. Here all these are high arcanas again. This definitely feels like a love connection, because we got the Two of Cups again. There you got your energy on the bottom of the deck. Yep. So, woo, Lord. Somebody's maybe picking between two people. They don't know which one they're going to choose. And then also I'm getting friendships. Something that was broken that we want to really establish again. I feel like there's two individuals that are growing in very different ways. You might be more on the financial growth. Someone's on like a mental growth. And I feel like some kind of clarity, decision comes in terms of what didn't work out. Why did this have to stop? Why wasn't this prosperous? And it feels like someone comes in with a lot more wisdom, a whole lot more wisdom. They had to take some time out for themselves to view and heal and just wise up and mature. And I definitely feel like someone comes back in to kind of clear the air and make the decision that, hey, like, I've grown in this type of dynamic. I feel like slowly but surely someone shows you that they could have possibly changed. I also am getting a group of y'all, somebody didn't. Even the amount of time that goes by, I'm talking about a long time. And you have to realize, no matter amount of how long of a time you have not been with them, or you've been separated with them, or any particular case, they're not going to change. Okay? That's why you had to put barriers up, because the reconciliation is your barriers, because there's nothing that you can do with this type of individual. This is giving me so many different messages, so please bear with me, guys. The overall energy here, wow, is learning more about how equilibrium works. If this isn't you, this is definitely somebody who's stuck in their past, and they haven't learned the lessons from their past, Capricorn. Okay, they're still, you see, this is a page, so this is someone who's a little bit juvenile in the way they think. They feel like they don't have to learn anything else. And not necessarily learning, but they don't really apply the lessons into their dynamic, especially when it comes to equilibrium. Someone really does not know how to give and take. They like to give, and they don't know how to receive, or vice versa. Someone's just on the receiving end, but they don't really know how to give. And this is very imperative. This could have been something that happened in your past where someone was very selfish. Very, very, very selfish, and you just wanted equilibrium. And you had to realize that this person just was very self-centered. If it wasn't with money, someone could be very giving, but in the same space, they were very greedy. So it was like that type of going back and forth dynamic. But I'm getting like something here just wasn't pleasant memories, especially had anything to do with finances. There wasn't really good of a, you guys couldn't really come together equally when it came to finance situations. But currently, I'm getting like you guys are more so getting into the understanding of how deep your love is, how deep your love would want to be. I do feel like you're ready to have children with your soulmate. You could have met someone, or you're in a family structure that family's everything to you. I feel like your family is very intuitive, just like you. I'm also getting like that's how the family, your life is all surrounding about your depth of yourself. You want a depth connection, a depth family structure, something that really holds true to your soul. And I'm getting a lot of pages here, so I'm getting a lot of people needing to mature into that, whether it's you or someone that you're involved with, but someone doesn't recognize their soul. I feel like I gotta clarify this one, because this feels like once somebody recognizes their own soul and how powerful they truly are within themselves, this Two of Cups turns into this. Someone is literally blocking their soulmate. Literally. Someone's literally blocking their soulmate because I feel like either someone has been burnt before, definitely burnt before. You got the Justice and the freaking Devil in the reverse in the middle of the deck. Someone has been burnt before. Someone has been hurt and they had to detach from a very toxic, karmic situation. This is still at the very core of your being or someone else's being. But someone at the very core of themselves still remembers this experience that has already been released. However, it made space for a new connection. But I'm getting like someone, I'm sorry y'all, I apologize. But someone just feels like they're still struggling, right? Struggling to connect. And this is where, like, over time, this is where time really comes into play. And communication. Again, you're a catalyst in someone's life. Okay, I was going to say Gemini, so it's involved a Gemini. But this feels like something here where you help someone put their guns down. You know, a lot of times people hold on to past pain and hurts, and they don't realize they're subconsciously putting out onto like people that they just met or people that they're meeting up with, and these new opportunities. It's like something here is very soulful, very, very passionate and very soulful, but I feel like someone is still kind of figuring out, like, I didn't go through this in my past, and my past was so detrimental and so harmful and so toxic, and I had to release it because somebody could have been unfaithful, somebody could have, it just wasn't successful, it wasn't really spiritually aligned to them and their purpose and what they believe is true and traditional in terms of faithfulness, and something just didn't work out, okay? Something had to separate because something didn't work out, and it was extremely frustrating, okay? But at the end of the day, it had to happen because it wasn't no love there. It was no passion there. It was just a bunch of fighting, arguing, fussing, and carrying on. And that intuition kind of shows up to kind of remind you that, hey, that person or that situation or that project and that whatever that case was, it didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to work out, because it was too arduous. It was supposed to teach you a life lesson. It was supposed to teach you some wisdom and gain that wisdom. Okay. Let me clarify this page of wands here. Ten of staffs. Can you clarify this Knight of Pentacles, Spirit? Thank you. Two of Cups again. This is a lot of Two of Cups coming out. We got a lot of soulmate stuff here, yo. We got a lot of soul energy here. Something, Capricorn, this feels like someone is scared to fall in love again because they don't want the burdensome of what they've experienced before. Okay? Someone is actually afraid, and they feeling it. Somebody feeling that love bug, whether you or them. Somebody is feeling that love bug heavy, okay? And there's a recognition of souls here. But there's something being denied because someone does not, it feels like a burden. Oh my God. You know what makes this feels like a burden is because someone's not recognizing, something's not being recognized. And that recognition is someone's narrow-minded, narrow way of thinking and limited views on how they see love connections. Okay? So it's kind of like somebody shooting themselves in their own foot, and they're not allowing themselves to transform. It's like a lot of time has went past and they're still stuck in something that they needed to transform, transmit, or let go of so that they can have a rebirth stage in their life. I don't feel like someone realizes this. And it's like, I don't know, Capricorn, this feels like a big ass burden on you, because if this is someone that you've met or someone that you know, and it's like you're being dealt the burden of trying to show them that y'all are true partners. But Capricorn, when you take that kind of big responsibility, you gotta recognize your own soul. Is that a responsibility that you really want to take on? Okay? Is that something that you know that's at the end of the day they may never see their soul? Okay? They may never see their soul for the month of July, that is. Okay, so sometimes kind of moving forward in your life without any expectations on how this should be and how this go could change the trajectory of how they might see you. I feel like the more you detach, the more they want to be in your life. I'm sorry, this is going all over the place. Yeah, look at this shit, yo. This is retarded. 7 of Swords, 3 of Swords in the reverse, double. This is the worst energy ever. Someone has been completely bamboozled, played, and you healed from it. If this is you, you have went through the fucking most. Okay? Someone has was just straight up fucking played you, betrayed you. Okay? This also feels like someone is divorcing and releasing because of betrayals to heal. I'm also feel like someone's also returning to you to heal after something that they had as a bad karmic experience, and they don't know who else to go to but you. And again, you got to ask yourself, do you want to be somebody's healer who have hurt you to the degree of why you are a healer in the first place? You got to have that whole armor of God on you if you plan on communicating and deciding on to communicate with this person. I feel like someone wants to really come in and show you that leaving you or separating from you was a big fucking burden, some type of connection. They really felt burdened by them releasing you or you releasing them. Someone just really feels bad, and they realize now that you are the one that they want. You are the fucking intuitive. You are the healer. You are the shaman. You are everything that they desire in a connection. It's just they got some healing that they gotta go through, Capricorn. They could be going through separation anxiety, and out of nowhere they call you, but I feel like sometimes somebody wants to really talk to you and reconcile about the things that could have been possible um, traumas that y'all have experienced together. Um, but we got all these Two of Cups. I have the Two of Cups in every deck on this board here. It feels like oh man, this is so hard. This is so hard. This is hard. Um, because it feels like there's a lot of love between the two of you. However, someone needs to heal, and it could be possibly both of you. This can also feel like a connection where you both heal each other, and you have the possibility to heal each other. But again, there's a lot of staffs here. There's a lot of look at this. This is too much. Capricorn, this is going crazy. You just don't want to go through the same shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? You just don't want to go through the same shit over again. This is the time to use your intuition, not your fantasy, not delusion, not something that you didn't see tangibly yet. Okay? This is the time to be extremely realistic, very detached from your emotions, and see things for what they truly are, especially your intuition. Okay? This is not the time to have rose-colored glasses on in the month of July, because you don't want to put your guard down and barriers down to the degree where you start to see the trueness of someone's energy. And that trueness is that they might not be spiritually aligned with you. They could be extremely extremely narrow-minded to the degree that you, over time, you don't want to spend so much time. This feels like you don't want to spend so much time, 2, 3, 4, 5 years with an individual and realize, oh shit, they're never going to change. This is just who they are. I feel like you're starting to foresee the I feel like somebody's foreseeing the burdens, and they just want to follow their soul, and their soul is, somebody's listening to their soul, and their soul is saying, yo, this connection is going to be a burden. I don't know. All right, let's get some advice. Okay, got some quick. We got Fire Garden. Ooh, we got Ignite Your Passions. Yeah, you got a lot of fire energy on this board here. Fire and water, and we have Autumn. Release the old and rest. Okay, so this energy, look, and we got water on the bottom of the deck. Fire and water. Yeah, you need yin and yang. You need your yin to your yang, and you need your yang to your yin. Okay, you need that equilibrium energy here. I was gonna say Scorpio, so this involves Scorpio. You got Scorpio in your chart, but this feels like you need yin and yang. Okay, whatever that you need to release from your past is very important. That this time that you have right now in the month of July is going to help you release for good. Okay, 138. Okay, so this is release all pressure and expectations weighing you down. Shed it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. You know what's heavy, what's holding you back. Is it a person, a situation, or a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and it never works. So when you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. Okay, you're being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever's stopping you from moving forward. You can do this. Okay? And it also signifies that autumn is a very important time in your life to the questions or intentions that you had coming into this reading. Capricorn, that's what I was saying earlier. For some of you guys, this is someone pushing you out of a mind frame, and it's not fucking it's not comfortable. It's like releasing the narrow mindedness. I feel like some of you guys might be feeling like this person might not be the one for you, because it's like somebody applying pressure, to be honest with you. And it's not pressure, it's more so it's like someone showing you throughout time that I know this is hard to say, but I'm gonna say it. Someone could be in your life, or you are getting messages from your intuition that's very, very difficult to accept, but something here that needs to be removed out your life. It's an actual mindset. Okay, you might be very limited in how you might view things, to the degree that it might be from the expectations that you might have on somebody. And you are spiritually aligned. I do see you're spiritually aligned with someone, but the way you might expect it to look like isn't spiritually aligned. Okay? So it's very important to just kind of be mindful of, take a little bit of those boundaries down to the degree where you start to be open to maybe some of the delusions that we might be seeing and views on how our partnerships and our soulmates might look like. Because this feels like a fucking winner. This feels like a real genuine connection. It feels real. And because at the center of your reading, you have experienced so much fucked up shit, right? So much fucked up. And this feels like 3 different experiences. A karmic experience. You had to release codependency within yourself, attachment issues. Then you had to release some fucking betrayal, fuck boy, fuck girl shit that somebody has caused you, some hidden agenda somebody occurred. And then you also had to heal your heart because of this broken shit that happened here. So I get it. You have had experiences so fucked up that now we have to apply the wisdom from these very intense challenges we went through. Okay? This is where true healing is really here. Let's look at this fire passion, fire guardian. Okay, so we have connect with your desires. The sparks could lead you to something beautiful. You're being guided by your angels to connect with your powerful energy of desire at this time. If you have recently set an intention to explore your sexual side or become more sexually open, the fire of desire can burn away any old setbacks that are preventing you from expressing that part of your nature. If you're in a relationship, this is an indicator that there's this great sexual and spiritual connection. Okay, so you definitely have if you guys are in connections right now, and it's more so like of a newer connection, it's deep, it's spiritual, and it's very sexual. And you guys have a very profound, it's just somebody's expectations could be killing the energy of somebody's barriers. And I'm getting both of y'all, to be honest with you. I feel like y'all both been burnt before, or one or the other. But throughout time, I'm gaining like this understanding where you both maybe talk about what is the inner challenges that you've been experiencing. And additionally to that, the frustrations and the delays, you start to realize they're just coming from your expectations of what something may look like. Okay? Look, you got the Sun, you got the Emperor, you got the 8 of Cups in reverse, and you got all this. You got the Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries energy. This is a whole lot, and then you got that water energy. I'm telling you, water and fire. You got somebody yin to your yang, okay? Somebody feels very balanced with you and you vice versa with them, okay? Look at how powerful this shit is. Once y'all kind of like do alchemy on each other or explore each other's shadow qualities, and I feel like you're going to be empowered. There's going to be a lot of success with this connection. The only thing is someone has to walk away from knowing that they're not going to be burnt again. They're not going to be traumatized again. They have to really understand that everybody's different. Every situation's not the same. And once they realize that and they go into that moving on, really leaving behind situations, experiences where they settled in, and moving on knowing that they belong with someone greater. They deserve something deeper. They start to realize there's more profound energy out here. It's like they're stuck on the experiences that were very fucked up and troubling and arduous, and things that we thought were going to be is creating house homes with someone, and it did not work out. It didn't happen. It was not successful. This is maybe a marriage going wrong, or this was like someone saying no to a proposal, or something of that sort here, where we really tried to create a foundation and it didn't work with someone, and it's still haunting you or someone else. And this is where true healing comes into play. I love that this came out as a spread. True healing comes through alchemy, changing the way we might see life. Okay, everybody's not going to be the same experience that you had with someone else. Okay, you're not going to get burnt by somebody right now. I feel like you're being protected as well. Others of you guys, be mindful of getting in those same dynamics over and over again. I'm getting looping here. Someone is going through the same situation over and over again because they did not get the wisdom of what their past was. Okay, someone is really haunted by the bad experiences from their past and how that shit just did not equal the fuck up. And in the interim, you got something beautiful coming in here. And it has a lot to do with your soul. A lot to do with your soul, and a lot to do with your intuition. This is a very deep, profound connection. But again, like, y'all gonna be healing each other. There's gonna be a lot of healing each other. I feel like both of y'all have to be open for it, and let your guard down, and realize that this is something that's truly beautiful. And this feels like it can be horrible. It can go into a looping effect where you guys are hurting each other because you're not healing, and y'all have the capacity to heal, or you put the swords down, the ammunition down, the delusion down, the trust issues down, and truly see each other as individuals without any expectations and without any pressure on what you think it's going to look like for that to flourish. And that's where true healing, y'all can heal at the root with each other. Okay? And I'm seeing marriage. I'm seeing happiness. I'm seeing on the other side of this shit, fucking, y'all got entrepreneur endeavors. I'm seeing y'all build businesses together. Happy fucking home. Healthy home. A spiritual home. Every fucking thing here. But again, it's just like the ball is in your court at the end of the day. So I'm gonna stop there, y'all. I'm going on and on. That was a very intense read. So guys, thank you so much for coming to this reading. I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.